Hello folks, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. Well, for the last couple of episodes we have been watching my steady financial decline as I, pay the price for badly running my railway, and hopefully it's turning around a little bit. As you can see, I've got the company finances sheet up, and over the last 4 years we've had 2 years in profit and probably 2 years out of profit at the moment, and they're not quite balancing each other out, but we're getting there. So today, what's unlikely to happen, I'm unlikely to make much progress in terms of building more stuff, but I'll show you why. But before we get to that point, I'm going to ride on board the coal train for one very simple reason, and that simple reason is it shows you just how well Dukinfield Station is now operating. So I'll slow the game down just a touch. I'm going to keep the company finances up here for the moment, just so that we can see that working. But yeah, I mean, it's, where are we, 2014? So I've played through a good few years since last we spoke, and everything is working in terms of the layout of that station with all the traffic going through it. Everything is now humming along quite nicely, thank you very much. In addition to that, an awful lot of our routes are now very profitable. Now, the downside to that is I've had to scrap a couple of routes, not least of all because the trains that were operating on them weren't making me any money. Rather, they were costing me a heck of a lot of money. So, like I said I was going to, I have put out of service pretty much all the trains that were running at a loss. Yeah, see, look, red signal, green signal. Yeah, we're going through. And we'll probably land another red here because I saw a lumber train. Oh, there we go, got the green. There's a lumber train directly ahead of us, and we're following in behind it. So actually, the spacing of these signals is pretty good, isn't it? So we'll go sailing through here without too much trouble, hopefully. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I've let this thing run for quite a while to try and buy my way back into profitability, and the organisation that I've got on that 5-track station is now spot on. There is nothing wrong with it in the slightest. It works perfectly. Whether I've got the right number of trains running through it, that's an entirely different matter. I think I'm running, well, we're running 5 platform services, so we're running at least 5 passenger trains, and then we've got 3 goods running through there as well on a regular basis. We'll go and do some good solid train spotting in a moment and see that in action. But we're keeping an eye on the profit count here, because in the years that I'm making 31 plus million profit, well, revenue even, we end up profitable. In the years where I don't, not so much on the profit side of things. But this coal train is very interesting because okay, maybe I'm being a little liberal with the use of interesting, but it's interesting because it goes up and down. It fluctuates between 55 and 64, 65. And this is very odd because it always says at the steel mill that it drops off at that I need to ship more goods, but very rarely does it have any goods waiting. So I think that that's possibly an indicator that I need another line, exporting steel. I'm more than happy to do so, but I've got a bit of a hole when it comes to actually buying any more trucks. And I'll show you trucks in a moment because that's part of the solution. I do need to redistribute some of my kind of goods delivery. Because it's not at its most efficient. Now, historically, this would now bump into that passenger train we just saw whiz up ahead of us, but it won't do that anymore because there are no backing services on these lines. Basically, you go up on the right, you come back on the left. That's all there is to it. There is no argument to be had. That is how these services run. And it was the backing services that were always causing me the trouble. And to be honest, I should have spotted that sooner. But as you can see, we've had 5, 6 trains in close vicinity while I've been following this coal train along, and everything just works. It's really quite pleasing. And once I've got the money, if I ever get the money, we should get to a position where where I can run significantly more services through that station. And my goal next is going to be to run more stations of the same kind. But I have to get out of debt first. And I'm wondering whether, given that I can max out a loan at 10 million, this 4 million that I'm currently owing, because this will be a nice happy payday, 1.6 million. Ooh, lovely, 1.06 million. Right, let's stop following this chap. I can't spend an entire episode just following a coal train around. I could follow a lumber train for a while. I'm tempted to, and as several of you have suggested, tempted to scrap the lumber train. But it works. It is kind of ticking along. And if we call up the route here, I'll give you a good view of the station while we're doing that. So I can talk routes while you're watching the station. Actually, the lumber train is losing me $1.5 million. Now, when I get to the end of the year, that's the point at which we'll be able to judge whether it is actually burning cash like no tomorrow, or whether we're actually okay. But there are a couple of services. Dronfield to Dinnington, that's not good. So where I got to last time around is I started burning every service that was losing money, and I can see some more candidates here. I mean, if I kill these 4 services, then that's, in theory, that's that's 4 million in cost that I don't have to carry, and the result of that. In fact, part of me goes like, well, why is this costing me so much? We're carrying 15 passengers here. This train is ancient. Let's have a look. It cost me 1.2 million a year to run this service. I think we're about to discover where my friend, your days are over. There we go. He's going to the depot. We're going to scrap it. This is going to hold me back a little in terms of what the heck is going on with this station. This station could do with a bit of a rework. Is this Dukinfield by any chance? Dronfield, that's what I meant. Anyway, we're going to get shot of a couple of services because I'm only 4 million in the red, and if I can turn that around, it's, as you can see by my profit count, I'm only kind of running 2 million down a year, and that's in the lean years. In the good years, we're making money. So I'll keep the lines up so that I know what I've got to replace. Where's the next pricey one? Dronfield, Dinnington, Shear. Right. Thank you for your service. Goodbye. I got 97 grand for selling a train. That train was clearly not doing the goods. Red Hill to Boreham Wood. I don't want to get rid of it. That's not a good one to get rid of. Well, meanwhile, what's this lumber train got to? Still 1.4 million. I think if I were to sell one of those, we'd probably be able to make the cash back. That coal train, as you can see, I mean, if it's got a full load at the moment, yeah, it's packing 60 right now, and that's going to pay off at about $1 million when it lands at the station. So that's probably a profitable line. If we up the tempo, we'll watch it from here. Here we go. Everyone likes looking at an engine shed while nothing's happening. Because he's close to drop off. Go on, drop off. And our survey says, here we are, is the coal line. Was 632 in the red, now 375 in the black. Okay, so that's possibly breaking even, but it is feeding a lot of kind of goods-based growth. Right, I'm going to kill one of these goods trains temporarily. Not because I want to. In fact, let's follow it's going to be this one. I have no idea if this is the one that's costing me more to run or not. But, see how elegant this is in terms of letting services through? These two are sharing a line, but we always let through the train that's got to come up that particular path. So, I mean, this will also help with the queuing situation. I mean, the queues aren't, as you just saw, the queues aren't too severe, but there are queues nonetheless, and we want to sort that out. Now, if we're going to keep to the pattern, this year should be profitable no matter what. The fact that I'm dumping some of the less profitable services, let's get rid of that one, should make it doubly so. Right, the second you drop off, I'm gonna scrap this train. Wait for it. And there's the drop off. Go to the depot. No, turn around, go to the depot. There we are. Right, okay, so hopefully that's taken $1 million out of the hole from I don't know. That's the question. Is that going to make that lumber service now profitable? Possibly. Sell that. That was 795,000. That was trains worth. Clearly, one of the newer trains in service. What else have we got here? So this is this is what I've been going through for a while. Red Hill to Ilford. Should we get rid of it? Let's look at the finances. It's costing me over $1 million a year. I'd be a mug to keep it going. And now, I mean, these services will, at some point be profitable. In fact, he can't find a way to the depot, so I might have to leave it going because I can't build a new depot at the moment. What about that was the one I just looked at, wasn't it? Can you depot? You can depot. All right, good. Right, let's keep that up there so we can sell it as soon as it happens. The question is purely going to be one of with the reduction in these services, are the others going to, pick up the slack? Are we going to find profitability elsewhere? And I'm looking at you here, Red Hill Oil. I mean, you're feeding a good service, and that's very important because, good enables growth. In fact, let's go follow that along. I mean, here we go. I mean, we're halfway through our initial episode here, and as you can tell, not a lot is going to happen for the moment because we've got to dig our way out of trouble beforehand. Okay, what is this? Alright, well, you've got growth available. Try to deliver more oil. Well, I'm delivering as much as I can. And this train might not be the fastest ever. And maybe recycling... No, actually, that's on a closed circuit. I couldn't have done much with that. That's a shame. Okay, right. There we go. You've arrived. Sell it. Okay, so that's 3 probable loss-making services that I've now taken off the circuit. And the question is going to be whether the others pick up the pace. I would expect to see this lumber train start to haul a lot more, given that it shouldn't be dropping stuff off. Equally, I can't understand why Duke Infield to Earthlingborough isn't making me money. It's got no competition. I'm running one train on the route, and maybe it's going too far. Maybe this is not a fast enough train for this service to. And what's its time? It's only doing 5 minutes. It's got a 5-minute journey. It should be fine. I don't know. Anyway, let's stop following this oil service. And I want to show you trucks. Brace yourself. I'm going to show you trucks. So one of the first things I did was I looked at all these truck services, and a whole lot of them were losing money. Now, as you can see, most of the services I'm running now are not set to auto-replace, and that's because I'm being selective in the ones that I do want to switch over to the latest and greatest vehicle, which, as you can see, is one of these fellas. Now, these are great. They can haul up to 20 compared to the previous best of 16. And what I've still got quite a lot in service, these old-timey chaps who can carry 11. Now, what this means is, as I increase my fleet, as it were, I can retire some of the trucks. I don't need this many trucks in service, which will help traffic, and as a result of that, should help speed up these routes. Now, the reason I mentioned traffic, let's see, there we go. I knew you'd oblige me. So here, let's kill everything here. Let's just let's watch the horror. So this fella here is heading into Newton to drop goods off. Or well, he would be if he had any. But I spotted this shortly after the previous episode, and it doesn't seem to matter which game it is. I can create a queue of traffic, And this is no exception. So once I'd made a little bit of cash back, I reorganised the route into Newton, because everything, I mean, it was queuing back as far as the tunnel. So I've created this separate path around the outside here, which, as you can see, is taking some traffic. I also created another path around the outside here, in case anybody was feeling enterprising enough to take an alternate route. Turns out, not so much. But the easy solution would be to build a new depot, out here somewhere, maybe, just so that my trucks can get in and out without too much competition, because they're queuing up against cars, and one of the things they were queuing against was bus services. Hello, everybody. Have a look at the green. Oh, it was just there. You saw it. Everybody saw it, right? Everybody saw that I went into profit, albeit temporarily. We will be back in profit before too long. And I think one of the first things I'm going to do is, you see how there are 4 people here waiting for the Banbury-Newton service. They're going to be waiting a long time, because Banbury-Newton was the A4 that I retired at the end of the last episode. I need to upgrade this track. I need to double track it eventually. See, look at all these optimists waiting to get to Newton. 18 of them. Gradually growing old, living out their lives on a platform, waiting for a train that will never arrive. Well, good luck, fellas. I wish you well. $500,000 in profit. Yeah, see, it's worked. Yeah, and so, what I'm doing with these profits is I'm spending them straight away on upgrading vehicles that are, well, frankly, ancient. Now, I want to turn my attention to Dukinfield Iron 2 here. Let's have a look. Let's get all these guys up, because 5 of these transport 20 at a time, that is overkill. That is more than I need. Right, you're carrying 2, you're carrying nothing, you're carrying nothing, 6. Right, where are you heading to? You're heading to Ilford West. Question is that drop-off or pick-up? That's drop-off, I think. Okay, right, let's put you on something else. How do you feel about going to Dronfield? Or is there somewhere at Boreham Wood Coal? That might work. Let's have a look. These guys clearly are not travelling that far. He's got a full load. Right, you're going to Boreham Wood. Where are we? Boreham Wood Coal. There you go. Go and enjoy your new career as a coal hauler. Actually, I've got you misconfigured for that, so let's take you to the nearest depot. And then, but this is something else I spotted, and I'm sure you've spotted this already, but I'm going to tell you because I felt ever so stupid when I found it, is instead of having to scrap trucks that are currently set to carry the wrong stuff, you can instead reassign them by sending them to a depot. Did you know that? I didn't. Well, there you go. These are things that are worth knowing. Wish I'd known that in advance, I tell you that. So we need to keep an eye on this fella, otherwise he'll end up sat in a depot, and in fact, let's just bring up the depot, and then as soon as he arrives, we can reassign. Although I will give it a look to see what the current hold-up is. So I think look at that. We've got a 50-second turnaround time for these trucks, and it would be nice for them to be full every time. But, as you know as well as I do, unless you're almost oversupplying truck capacity, you end up not making enough money. Maybe getting a few more services out will help. Get a few more goods routes rolling. Okay, right, I need to... How do we do this? Details. I'm sure you can change their cargo assignment. Iron ore. I don't want you to do iron ore. I want you to... Set line is not going to be it. Right, let's go over here. I am here. Okay, right, fine. Let's get rid of these. You're in the depot. There's the depot, right? And we don't need to bring up the truck. I'm sure there was a way you could reassign the what's it? Details. No. maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure you can. I'm sure I saw a button you could press that would reassign it. Huh. Okay, well in that case you're looking for an iron ore route to go and help on. You could go and do Bexhill combo, and I could send him back to the scrapyard. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. You're going to Bexhill combo. Off you trot. Make me money, man. And then as soon as this chap arrives, we'll sell him on. So yeah, so okay, I mean that's bringing us on the verge of wrapping up for today. As you can see, I have got some way to go, but we are breaking into profitability. Here we are again, end of another year, profitable again. So you know it's close. It is close. Maybe it's somewhere else. Hold on. Send you to a depot. Rather than upgrade, I'll just scrap it. Was it in here? Maybe there's a button somewhere. If you can remember where the button was that allows me to reassign what cargo something's carrying, I would be eternally grateful. Please leave a comment. Like this video. Subscribe if you've not already. Because, you know, frankly, I'm sure you're anxious, eager even, to see more of this this fruitless behaviour where we try and make some profits. Let's follow a little truck just to round things off. This is our new brave road warrior heading out to Bexhill-on-Sea, which I suspect is a bit of a drive. Yeah, he's going to be on the road for a while. No, look, follow along. If I click the button, it means that I just want to see what he's up to. There we go, and he's doing so well. He's even towing this car behind him. So, thanks very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.
Listen.